Hello, how are you today? I hope you're doing well and that today has brought you nothing but joy and happiness, you know? And I want to say welcome to this channel. It is called Uterine Health. Let's talk about it. And I want to take this time to say that, at the end of a year, we're very reflective when we look back over the last 12 months. Or at the beginning of the next year, we look back over the entire previous year of our lives, right? And so I've been really reflective over my 2025 year. And I thought it was imperative and important for me to share my uterine health journey with you. I made previous videos all last year, along the journey, but they got deleted, trying to clear out the phone. And then just, other things started happening in life. But I knew in December of 2024 that I wanted to initiate conversations regarding uterine health. Sometimes I might say urinary, but I really mean uterine health. So please forgive me. So I really wanted to start a conversation about uterine health because I felt was something that I didn't hear being spoken of, and I thought it was important to talk about. I just didn't know how I was going to share it. Little did I know. I'm so glad I can smile now that come January 2025, I was going to have my own journey and testimony to share and start this conversation. So here we are in 2026, and I am going to share my uterine health journey with you. And I just want to say, if you are a man here, don't think, uterine health, oh my goodness, let me skedazzle. Not so fast. That you might learn something here that might be of a value for all of the different and various women in your life that you might help save. You just never know. So, uterine health, let's talk about it. So basically, uterine health basically is all things involving the uterus. And let me say this one thing too. If you see me looking down, that's because I have little note cards and something here because I kind of outlined the points I wanted to talk about to make sure I didn't kind of ramble on and babble. And so I stayed on point. So that's why I'm maybe looking down or the sheet of paper over there like that. Okay. But I wanted to make a very strong disclaimer first. And I'm going to read it. I just want to make it clear that I am not a doctor. God bless all those people that went to school for doctors to be a doctor. Nor do I work in a medical profession, and nor do I work in any area of the medical field. So I'm not a medical professional. I don't work in that area. I am not a medical doctor. I am a woman sharing my uterine health journey with you because I think it's important to share. And my purpose of sharing is hoping that we can get more conversations started about uterine health in our communities and among women, especially Black women. And hopefully, one of the things too, I want to make sure or try to ensure that this takes away the stigma, the secrecy, the shame of us talking about the uterus, sex, and all those kind of things, and the menstrual cycle. It's what God gave us. So let's talk about it and let's not be ashamed about it. And let's encourage the younger women behind us to have these open conversations as well so that we can know better and do better, right? And I just want to share while I was researching, uterine health, I also came across something like one of those Google searches, AI or something like that said that uterine cancer is on the rise, particularly affecting African American women and also younger women. So this is something that we need to start having conversations about probably like 50 years ago, but definitely we need to start having these conversations now. So let's talk about it. I've seen videos lately of younger women that have already had hysterectomies in their 30s, and they're having a hard time recovering from those hysterectomies. I've seen younger women with cancers, uterine cancers, and they are, 30s and 40s. So we need to start having these conversations with our with the younger people in our life, and check on them and make sure that they are okay as well. So I want to start by saying that in January 2025, about mid-January, I noticed some spotting of blood, which is very alarming for a postmenopausal woman, which I am. And postmenopausal means that your menstrual cycle has stopped and there is no reason for you to have one. So the door is closed, no more babies. I think, but you see a lot of people having kids later in life too. So, but that's what's supposed to happen in your body when you reach a certain age. You're supposed to go postmenopausal, and there's no way you should be able to have a baby. So when I saw the spotting, that's of great concern to me. And I'm going to tell you two incidents. In December of 2024, which is the reason why I wanted to start having conversations about uterine health, a good friend, I lost her to ovarian cancer in December 2024. Not in her 40s, not 50s yet, not even close to 50, I don't think. A mother, two daughters, a wife, great woman in her career. I believe she found out May of 2024 and she passed away in December of 2024. So you can see how alarming when I see blood, like, oh my goodness, a spotting of blood, I should say. And then around 2022 or 2023, I lost a friend from college to endometriosis cancer. Hope I'm saying that cancer correctly. And I believe she died within a year of her diagnosis. And she was in her 50s, a mom, a grandmom, just a lovely person and also doing very well in her career. And I remember one of the things she said to me was what made her go to the doctor was she saw spotting of blood. I remember her saying that. So my 2025 year was a year of lots of doctor's appointment. I'm not a person, I go to the doctor, but I'm not a person that's in love with going to the doctor. But I believe in going to the doctor and making appointments if there's any kind of indication that I may not be feeling well. So my was a year of doctor's appointments. I had ultrasounds. Ultrasounds are non-invasive tests that they test. They can look and see the images and organs and other things inside your body. I also had biopsies. Boy. And biopsies, they take a sampling of around in your uterus, or biopsies wherever they take it. They take a sample of tissues and they test for cancer cells and probably among other things as well. So I had a couple of those. I also had a procedure called, I have it here because I always spell this, hysteroscopy. Hysteroscopy? Hope I got it right for a change. And it's not a hysterectomy because a hysterectomy is a total removal of your uterus. This was a hysteroscopy. So basically, this is a procedure that has minimal. So I wasn't an OR, I was in an operating room. This minimally invasive, used to examine the uterus, and they use like a little scope so they can really see inside of there. And they also took from me tissues for another biopsy. So I had my last biopsy of 2025 in this past December, and I'm beyond grateful to say that each and every time I've had testing or biopsy that they found no cancer cells. I am beyond grateful, beyond grateful, beyond grateful. I'm very, very thankful. So, dealing with that literally from January to December, with the testing, the doctor appointments, and things of that nature. And there were other events going on in life as well as, we had a death in our family, a younger cousin. It was unexpected. I'm trying to think. We might have had another death, but I think that was 2023. Yeah, might have been, or 2024. I don't remember. But this stuff is all running together. Mentally, I was in and then, like before the summer, a good friend, Michelle, died unexpectedly, and that just rocked me. I can honestly say I'm still struggling with her death. Some days I just wake up and I just call her name out loud because I just don't believe she's not here. I was sitting on the couch the other day, and I remember the last time she was just sitting on the couch, yeah. So, it was a lot going on in 2025. And I was really just literally going through the motions I was like a robot, just going through the motions, trying to also, help my mom out if I could. She's older, whatever I need. And just, it was just a lot. Then I heard two other friends got diagnosed with breast cancer, and that was heavy on my mind. But thank goodness they are, cancer free now. So praise God for that. And, I just tried my best to keep my head down and stay calm, stay positive, stay in prayer, and that's it. Thank goodness I had a group of people, around me praying as well, and that was there with me. Having a community is important, very important to me. Um, and so I did. I tried to, stay calm. But I want to tell you about Dr. Google. Sometimes if you go to Dr. Google will have you dead. Do you hear me? Dead, planning your funeral and everything, your whole obituary. You got to watch Dr. Google sometime. That's why it's best if you are, not feeling well, and, it's to talk to a live person, and, pray that you get a good doctor, that when you go talk to them, they don't, just bypass your symptoms like, oh, here we go again, another African American woman, or a woman, period, complain about something, and okay, all right, yeah. So you have to learn to advocate for yourself, because sometimes, when you go to some doctors, not all, they don't give you the care you need. I saw a lady recently, young woman, who that happened to her. She was complaining about something happening in her uterine area, in her uterus, and the doctor was like, "Oh yeah, I know what you need. You just need some birth controls. You'll be fine." And to come to find out, she had cancer. Yeah, she had cancer. Um, she believes that she had cancer at the time that she went to the doctor, but maybe she wouldn't have not been at the state she's at now if maybe the doctor would have paid more attention to her. I saw another young lady recently that had a hysterectomy. She's in her 30s, and she's having a hard time after the hysterectomy. And I'm like, what? So there's a lot of stuff going on with our urinary health. So that's why I'm saying I want to have these conversations. I want us to talk, especially with our young women, our African American women, and all of that. So once again, there was no cancer cells, praise the Lord, found in my body, in which I'm beyond grateful. But I decided to make several other videos after this one, and I'm going to break down each step along the way. You might have questions about, what really goes on when you have an ultrasound, what really goes on when you have a biopsy for your not urinary. Urinary is, the other cycle with your kidneys. Uterine health with your uterus area, what is that like, and what's that like, and how does it feel, and things of that nature. So I'm going to break down the other videos of that. So please, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, or comments. Just put them in the comments, and I'll do my best to respond to them. But feel free to share this video, because again, I want to hope this starts a conversation about uterine health among women, especially African American women, and all young women. And so you have to subscribe to the page, and I do believe hit the notification bell. I'm learning, and you will know when I upload new videos about the journey from 2025. And also, I did schedule my 2026 biopsy as well. So the journey continues. So I just wanted to say that to you. Please feel free to share. And I know people get their information. A lot of people go to TikTok and other social media. I just thought this platform would be a little more easier for me to for other people to be able to come here, search, and see a person talking about it. All the videos that I've seen on this platform are from our doctors, which I'm very grateful. Doctors and medical institutions have put stuff here for us to learn. But I think it's also refreshing to have a person talk, share their journey, what they went through, and that they can kind of see that they are not alone. But again, I believe in community, so hopefully they are not alone. So I just wanted to share that part. And I want to say thanks for listening. And I hope this starts a conversation with you, with your daughters, nieces, friends, cousins, aunts, mother, or any woman in your life, asking them asking them to, have they had their doctor's appointment? Have they been to a doctor? Are they feeling okay? These are uncomfortable questions to ask, I know, because again, we have those stigmas. But you know what? Better to be seen than viewed, right? Better to ask these questions and be proactive about the health than have to go to all kinds of chemotherapy with them and things of that nature, okay? So let's start having this conversation. But the most important person I want you to have this conversation with is yourself, right? We as women give out so much of ourselves. We give out so much to others that we make ourselves fifth, sixth, and seventh on the plate, and we're no good. We're no good. If we're not healthy and doing well for ourselves, we cannot be the great caretakers and nurturers that we are designed to be. So please, if you feel any discomfort, if you feel your finger, your eye is twitching, make an appointment. Go see the doctor. You can check with Dr. Google too, but just be careful, okay? But yeah, go see the doctor. Make sure that you take care of yourself. And I just want to leave you with this last thing. Whenever I get an opportunity to talk about health, and I always compare us to a car. I've been doing this for a number of years now. We know that if we have a car, which we rely on, like we rely on our bodies to get the things we need to get done in life, and we rely on our cars to take us from A to B, right? Sometimes C, D, all the rest of them, the alphabets. But when our oil light comes on, or the brake lights come on, or the gas light comes on, those are indications that the car is letting us know that these things need to be fixed. We're in the middle of winter right now. We know that if our brakes were not working, with all that ice outside, we would not be able to be driving safely, and you shouldn't, because you would be causing harm to yourself, potential harm to yourself and to other people, right? We know that if you don't put oil in the car, you don't attend to stuff, you just ignore it, eventually the car is going to stop and it's not going to work anymore. Same thing with our bodies. When our bodies are giving us those signals, those cues, no matter what it is, doesn't have to be about uterine health. It can be anything. We need to stop, make an appointment, and go see the doctor. Because if our bodies stop working, which they will do, that's the one thing I will say about this body. This body will shut down on you if you don't properly take care of it. I mean, even if you get a flu, that body will be like, you have not been taking care of me because you've been running on empty. Like we do so much, like some people do with their cars. They like to drive on E to test it. Well, our bodies are like, no, you're not going anyplace else. So again, if you're feeling any kind of pain or anything like that, go see a doctor. Okay? So I want us to remember that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we shouldn't ignore our car engine, and we shouldn't ignore the symptoms that our bodies is giving us as well. So I pray that this conversation starts. I pray that you continue to follow my journey so that hopefully you can learn some different things here. I'll also post, if I, learn how to do all that stuff, videos from other things and other people. So this can be like your one-stop place for your uterine health for you. I was going to say urinary again. So thank you so much again for stopping by. And again, please feel free to ask questions. I will do my best to answer them. I'm trying to be an open book because I want to, start this conversation and keep the commitment to my friend from 2024, my other friend from 2022, I believe, or 23. Let's talk about it, ladies. Let's talk about it, men. Our uterine health. Take care. Enjoy your day.